The following is a production of the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. Ottumwa Bulldog basketball is coming your way on your news and information leader, 1240 AM and 102.7 FM KBIZ. Now, let's get you to the court with the voice of your Ottumwa Bulldogs, Jason Van Arkel.
Ottumwa High basketball is on the air. Good evening, everybody, from the home of the Bulldogs, Evans Middle School. Jason Van Arkel reporting. Annie Argo, the on-site video producer. Carmen Pratt, our radio producer, back at the KBIZ studios. We've got 3 home nights of basketball this week, starting here on the final night of January, as your Ottumwa girls and boys basketball teams welcome the Bobcats of Marshalltown. Tonight is senior night for your Ottumwa girls. It is not the last home game, of course. As we said, we've got 2 more home dates this week, as the Bulldogs will host Centerville on Thursday and then Roosevelt on Friday. In fact, we won't see the last home games of the regular season until February 7th, but it is the senior night celebration for the Ottumwa girls, and that means they're honoring players Olivia Coram and Olivia Clark, as well as manager Mallory Morgan. They'll also be honoring the cheerleaders, the senior cheerleaders tonight. Annie, can we take the camera as they walk in here? And I don't have all the cheerleader names with me, but we'll catch all the seniors as they walk out and they're honored tonight. Now, Ottumwa comes into this girls matchup tonight with a record of 8-6, and they're much improved from a year ago, but they still have a ways to go to catch up to Iowa Athletic Conference South leader Des Moines North. The Polar Bears really shot OHS out of their own gym on Friday, knocking down 9 3-pointers, well, once again for the second time this season, shutting down the Bulldogs offense in a game where the final score ended up 55-28 in favor of North. Ottumwa actually kept the turnovers in check against that North defense, only 10 turnovers on the night, but they only shot 22% to the Bulldogs and only hit 4 of their 25 3-point tries. That's a number that's probably higher than Coach Vandenberg wants. The good news for Ottumwa right now is that North is the only team in the Iowa Athletic Conference South Division against which Ottumwa has not been competitive. The Bulldogs have either beaten their opponents in the South other than North, Hoover and East, or they've been in close games with Lincoln and Roosevelt, and they've got second shots at those two coming up a little bit later this season. The better news, at least for tonight, is that OHS faces a Marshalltown team that really struggles to score. The Bulldogs have made it a mission this year to not let inferior teams hang around, see those blowouts over East and Hoover, and the Bobcats' only wins this season are against East and Hoover. As we mentioned, it is senior night, and down on the court, we've already seen Ottumwa's 2 senior players, Olivia Clark and Olivia Coram, being introduced to the crowd, and they'll also bring out senior manager Mallory Morgan. Marshalltown, they are 3-14. Brian Murphy's their head coach. He's in his 4th season. It's been a scuffle for them. He's 8-74 at Marshalltown. And the program is pretty much in the same boat as East and Hoover, struggling to find talented players and several steps below most of their competition. They had a team full of seniors last year, but they only won once against Ames. This season, they've gone young. 4 of the 5 freshmen on the varsity roster have appeared in at least 15 of their 17 games to this point, and the results are actually better. Again, they only won 1 game all of last year. They've got 3 wins this year. Now, to be fair to last year's team, they didn't get to play East and Hoover, who have been struggling as well. This year, Marshalltown is 3-0 against East and Hoover. The Bobcats do have some size. They've got 2 players at 5'11", 2 more at 5'9", but they don't grab rebounds at a very high rate. In fact, they rebound at a much lower rate than Ottumwa does. Marshalltown has been held under 20 points 9 times this season, and they average 32.5 turnovers per game. To put that in perspective, when Ottumwa beat East 75-3, East turned it over 25 times. Marshalltown's averaging 7.5 more turnovers a night than that. And at averaging 32.5 turnovers a game, Marshalltown's averaging about 1 turnover every minute in a 32-minute game. Given the way OHS can defend, 20 points might be challenging for the Bobcats to get to tonight. So this is a game where Ottumwa expects to win. Again, we talked in our last broadcast about how Ottumwa should be on its way to a double-digit win season, 8-6 right now. This is a game you are expected to win if you are Ottumwa High, of course, and I'm sure if things start going not quite the way Ottumwa wants to go early, as they did against Hoover. Remember the Hoover game, Ottumwa gave up 5 early points. Coach Vandenberg called timeout, challenged his team to put together a better effort. Ottumwa only allowed 3 more points the rest of the night. I'm not saying we'll hold Marshalltown to single digits. I am saying there's a good chance Ottumwa will hold them under 20, and the Bulldogs will hopefully find their scoring touch again after being shut down on Friday against Des Moines North. They've just finished up the senior night festivities here for the Ottumwa girls basketball team. We will take a 3-minute timeout, and when we return, we'll continue with our Bulldog pregame show Tuesday night, last night of January, Ottumwa and Marshalltown. 3 minutes in, we're back with more pregame on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Are you looking for someone to capture the special moments in life, such as senior photos, weddings, family portraits, baby pictures, or even your furry friends? Look no further than Lee's Photography in Ottumwa to schedule your appointment. Brian, Connie, and the staff at Lee's Photography have the knowledge and experience to capture your special moments and make your vision come to life. Visit them on Facebook to see the range of their work. Lee's Photography on East 2nd Street, across from the Courier in Ottumwa, for all your all-around photography needs.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent: our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
All roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree, and our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
Hi everyone, this is Karina Drummond with Reflection Studio in Ottumwa. We are a full-service salon offering hair, nail, brow, lash, facial, and waxing services. We also handle weddings, proms, and other large events with multiple person makeover sessions, so contact us early to get booked for your next event. We thank all of our loyal customers for your patronage and invite all newcomers to join our salon family. And remember, looking good doesn't happen by chance, it happens by appointment with Reflection Studio in Ottumwa. Like Reflection Studio on Facebook and visit reflectionstudio.com. That's Reflections with a Z.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High basketball on KBIZ and on the live video stream. Bulldogs hosting Marshalltown tonight. Girls first and boys to follow, of course. Normally a 6:15 tip for the girls, but again, we had senior night festivities before the start of warm-ups, and we're looking at about 12 and a half minutes on the warm-up clock, so probably not getting underway with the girls' game until a little bit after 6:25. These two teams met last year in Marshalltown, and Ottumwa won that game 49-40. OHS had a harder than expected time putting Marshalltown away up at the roundhouse that Marshalltown has. Camden Krause did lead Ottumwa with 16 points. Lily Roberts, who was a senior for Marshalltown last year, had a game-high 19 to keep the Bobcats in it. Game kind of had a strange flow. It was low scoring for 3 quarters, and then the teams exploded for a combined 39 points in the 4th quarter alone. Now, Ottumwa still got the win, took care of business on that night. And while 6 of the 9 Bulldogs who played that night are back for the rematch, all of them sophomores, of course, only 2 of the 9 Marshalltown players who got into that game return. Again, Ottumwa, of course, was freshman heavy last year, now sophomore heavy. Marshalltown was senior heavy last year. They have largely turned over a lot of their roster. In the series, Ottumwa has won 8 in a row against the Marshalltown girls. The last Bobcat win came way back in 2011. Of course, this is a crossover game for Ottumwa, as Marshalltown is in the Iowa Alliance North Division, although Marshalltown has nearly played enough games against South Division teams to qualify for the South Division race. The Bobcats have already played North twice. They've played Roosevelt twice. They've played East twice. Now, I know that the formation of the new conference made it a little bit harder for teams to schedule some non-conference games at times, and while Ottumwa didn't really have any issues because we have that built-in partnership with the teams in our area in the Southeast Conference, Marshalltown might have had perhaps a little bit harder time filling out that non-conference schedule, so they scheduled some non-conference games against teams from the South Division. But the Bobcats have won 3 times against the South Division this season, but those 3 wins are against East and Hoover. When you look at the last 5 games for each team, Ottumwa, of course, had a 4-game win streak going until it was snapped by Des Moines North on Friday. Marshalltown was beaten by Mason City on Friday 53-11, and the Bobcats have only won 1 out of their last 5. They've lost 2 in a row. Before that, they did get a win over Des Moines East, and they've also lost in that 5-game stretch to Roosevelt, Fort Dodge, and Waterloo East. When we look at the standings in the Iowa Alliance South Division, Des Moines North is a game away from clinching a tie for the South Division title. The Polar Bears are 7-0. They've got a 2-game lead on both Roosevelt and Lincoln. North 13-3 overall, and they got a hard-fought, actually they might be 14-3 because they got a hard-fought win last night over Pella, who's ranked in Class 4A. So North 14-3. Roosevelt has pulled into a 2nd-place tie with Lincoln. They're both 5-2 in the South. Roosevelt's 11-7 overall. Lincoln 6-11. Ottumwa in 4th place at 3-4 in the conference, 8-6 overall. Hoover 1-6 in the South, 1-15 overall. East winless still in the season, 0-7, and they are 0-17 overall. They've only got 4 games left before they get ready for the postseason. Speaking of the postseason, if you haven't heard the news, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union released the pairings for regional playoffs in classes 1A, 2A, and 3A today. The regional pairings in classes 4A and 5A are scheduled to come out next Wednesday, so a week from tomorrow. So the Bulldogs, between now and then, will have a chance to enhance their potential playoff seeding tonight against Marshalltown. They'll play Centerville Thursday. They'll play Roosevelt on Friday. Remember, Ottumwa had a 6-point lead against Roosevelt at the half and then ended up losing by 12. Well, the Bulldogs feel like they might have a chance at home against the Rough Riders. If Ottumwa could win that game, it might really alter their playoff seeding. That'd be a big win. So that'll be a big game on Friday. Then the Bulldogs will rematch Mount Pleasant on Monday and will host Lincoln on Tuesday. Then the pairings announced Wednesday. I don't know how much those games next Tuesday again, or the game next Tuesday against Lincoln will matter for Ottumwa if the pairings are coming out the next day. Might it push Ottumwa up or down? Hard to say with such a quick turnaround. But, you know, it will be played before the pairings come out. And so Ottumwa, maybe with 2 more chances against the 2 teams directly above them in the conference standings to maybe pick up a couple wins, move up in the conference standings, and potentially improve their playoff seeding, we shall see. All right, still more to come here on our Bulldog pregame show. We'll take another 3-minute timeout and return on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
All roads roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
Hi, this is Lisa Bittner, Clinic Manager at Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Internal Medicine Clinic. We specialize in geriatrics, internal medicine, family practice, and we see patients of all ages. We have an entire pediatrics team ready to serve you year-round. We also have quick care walk-in available Monday through Friday from 7 to 5. From babies to grandparents and everything in between, we are here for you at Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Internal Medicine Clinic. Your best life, our one purpose. Visit mercyone.org.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Hey, nice job clearing the clog.
Thanks.
You know anybody who could repair the water damage in my basement?
Roto-Rooter does that.
Do you guys fix water heaters?
Roto-Rooter does that.
How about a leaky faucet?
We do that.
Disposal repair?
We do that.
I've got to run a few errands, but if you could finish up those pies, that'd be great. Thanks.
And away go troubles down the drain.
Pies. Okay.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High basketball on a Tuesday night. Last night in January on KBIZ and on the live video stream, Bulldogs hosting Marshalltown. Let's do the tail of the tape, the stat comparison between the Ottumwa and the Marshalltown girls. Bulldogs are averaging about 43.5 points a game. Marshalltown about 26.5. Ottumwa's only allowing 32 points a game. Marshalltown giving up just a tick under 48. Bulldogs pull down over 32.5 rebounds per game. Marshalltown about 26.5. Ottumwa dishing out 11.5 assists per game. Marshalltown just 5.5. The Bulldogs turn it over 15 times a night. Still a little bit high, but a lot better than last year. Marshalltown, this is their biggest problem. They turn it over 32.5 times a game. I would expect Ottumwa to press Ottumwa often in the first half tonight and build up a big lead that way. Shooting percentage on the season, Ottumwa 32.2%, Marshalltown 26.4%. Bulldogs are 22.8% from three-point range, Marshalltown just 15.5%. And free throw shooting, Ottumwa trying to get that team average over 50%. It's up to 48.8%. Marshalltown's free throw shooting is at 44.9%. Time now for tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Bobcats under their head coach Brian Murphy. Starting out with a returning starter, 5'4" junior Sarah Huffman, averaging 6.8 points and 4.4 rebounds per game. Second starter is 5'5" junior Aniston Borsch, 2.7 points and 2.2 rebounds per game. The third starter, 5'9" junior Amaya Moore, 2.9 points, 3.8 rebounds per game. Fourth starter is 5'8" freshman Sydney Kapayu, 5.2 points and 4.1 rebounds per game. And then their second freshman starter in the post, 5'11" freshman Georgia Jansen, 2.1 points and 4.2 rebounds per game. As for Joe Vandenberg's Ottumwa Bulldogs, it is senior night, so the two seniors on his roster in the starting lineup. 5'7" senior Olivia Coram, 2.1 points and 3.5 rebounds per game. And I believe getting her first career start, 5'6" senior Olivia Clark, 1.8 points, and just under half a rebound a game for Clark. Camden Krause, of course, in the starting lineup, the 5'6" sophomore, averaging 10.2 points and 6 rebounds a game. Maya Fuller will get the start tonight, the 5'6" sophomore, averaging 4.5 points and 3.5 rebounds a game. And in the post, 5'8" sophomore Nellie Morgan, 6.6 points and 3.9 rebounds per game for Morgan. About a minute and a half away from the introduction of the starting lineups. Let's take a quick 1-minute timeout and return on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High basketball on KBIZ and on the live video stream. Getting ready for our girls game tonight between Ottumwa and Marshalltown. The boys game to follow. And as they get ready to introduce the lineups to the fans here at Evans Middle School, let's take a look ahead at our upcoming broadcast schedule. We move into February, of course, and 2 nights from tonight, Thursday night, your Ottumwa girls and boys back in action here at home, taking on Centerville. 6:15 girls, 7:45 boys for varsity. Pardon me. That's an early start, 6 o'clock girls, 7:30 boys on Thursday. Let's make note of that. Then this Friday night, back into conference action, hosting Des Moines Roosevelt, back to the regular times. Girls at 6:15, boys at 7:45. So again, we'll be on the air Thursday and Friday. And then on Monday, the Bulldog girls are at home to take on Mount Pleasant. The boys travel to Mount Pleasant. We'll have the boys game for you Monday night from Mount Pleasant. That'll be a 7:30 tip. Then on Tuesday, next Tuesday, 1 week from tonight, girls and boys back at home, and those will be the final home games of the regular season as Ottumwa takes on Des Moines Lincoln in conference action, 6:15, 7:45 next Tuesday. The regular season wraps up with the girls and boys traveling to Des Moines East. That'll wrap up the conference season on February 10th. Girls at 6:15, boys at 7:45. And then we'll have one more boys game, regular season boys game after that at Fort Madison on Valentine's night, Tuesday, February 14th at 7:45. All those games on the air and on the live video stream. We should also note that district wrestling for the Ottumwa boys is Saturday, February 11th. They'll be at Cedar Rapids Jefferson. And we won't have live video, unfortunately, but we will have reports from Cedar Rapids Jefferson. I'll be there all day tracking Ottumwa's attempts to get their wrestlers qualified for the boys state tournament. And also a reminder that 2 Ottumwa girls wrestlers have qualified for the first ever Girls Union State Wrestling Tournament. That is this Thursday and Friday, February 2nd and 3rd at the Extreme Arena in Coralville. Not able to bring you live coverage because we also have basketball those nights. That's a bit unfortunate, but when we come on the air on Thursday, we'll be updating you on how Ottumwa's wrestlers and all the area wrestlers at Girls State were able to do, and I'll be trying to tweet out some updates during the day as well as time permits. So we are going to track the girls wrestlers as best we can at their state tournament. And then when we get into the middle of February, we'll have the boys state wrestling tournament. We'll have live reports from the Wells Fargo Arena February 15th through the 18th. We're ready for the national anthem. The Ottumwa High JROTC Color Guard will present the colors at midcourt. They'll play the national anthem, so we'll take 2 minutes and return. And when we return, it'll be time for basketball on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
All roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent: our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
The secret is out. You're invited to see the all-new scoring system at Champion Bowl.
The first bowling alley in Iowa to have the new bowler entertainment system.
Animated and themed scoring grids and backgrounds.
It keeps score for a variety of game types.
There's classic bowling, of course, as well as Build the Monster, Bowling Hood, Battle of the Lanes, and more.
You can also video chat with any of the staff right from your bowling station.
Come experience the brand new Champion Bowl in Ottumwa,
where bowling is now awesome.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High Basketball, 1240 AM, 102.7 FM, KBIZ, live video stream on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. Good evening once again, everybody. Jason Van Arkel with you from the home of the Bulldogs, Evans Middle School. Annie Argo, the on-site video producer. Carmen Pratt, the radio producer, back to the KBIZ studios. Ottumwa and Marshalltown, Bulldogs and Bobcats. As Peter Venkman once said, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. Bobcats wearing red road jerseys, white lettering, Bobcats across the front. Blue numbers trimmed in white front and back, blue trim on the red shorts with the blue M Marshalltown logo on the sides of the shorts. Ottumwa in the home whites, red trim on the collar and shoulders, red script lettering Bulldogs across the front, red numbers front and back, and red trim on the white shorts. Maya Fuller will jump it up for Ottumwa against Amaya Moore for Marshalltown. The ball in the air, the tip controlled by the Bobcats. They'll move left to right in the opening half. Sydney Capallo into the front court. Throws it right side for Sarah Huffman. Ottumwa's in a zone. Swing it up top for Aniston Borsch. Dribbles over to the right side, cut off by Kraus. Throw back up top for Capallo. Dribbles right. Nearly lost it. Goes down to the baseline. Bounces underneath, knocked away by Morgan. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by the Bobcats, and Ottumwa starts by forcing a turnover. Bobcats want to set up some pressure. Corum will throw the inbounds pass again. Olivia Corum and Olivia Clark getting the start tonight on senior night. Inbounds comes to Fuller. Double teamed in the backcourt. Trying to find some help. Gets it across to Kraus. Camden, left-handed dribble. Gets across the timeline. Splits defenders all the way down. Coast to coast. Layup good. Camden Kraus, one end of the court to the other, and it's 2-0 OHS. Bobcats back the other way across the timeline. Skip it right corner for Capallo. Trying to drive in on Morgan. Kick it back out, swing it around quickly to the left side in the hands of Moore. Now back underneath Capallo. Turn around fadeaway, no good. Rebound tapped over to Nellie Morgan. Good job by Olivia Clark to get in there and tap that rebound to Nellie. Now Kraus across the timeline, shadowed closely by Moore. Goes right wing to Clark. Clark under a lot of pressure from Capallo. That could have been a reach-in foul. Throw it left side for Kraus. Shot fake, into the lane, little runner. Got the roll. Camden Kraus with an early 4 points. Dogs up 2 buckets. Now Ottumwa with a little bit of zone pressure. On the left side, now swing it to the right for Borsch. Pass in the middle, intercepted by Olivia Clark. Clark back the other way and had it taken away right back by Sarah Huffman. Pass up ahead on the right side to Moore to the corner, and now a skip pass left side. Capallo drives in, runner in the lane, short off the rim. Clark the rebound. Olivia crosses over, got a Wolf coming from behind, had it poked out of her hands, but Coram will rescue it. We get a held ball, and the arrow keeps it with Ottumwa. 6:12 to go opening quarter. Olivia Coram, a key rotation player for Ottumwa, hasn't been starting this year. Olivia Clark, of course, bench players. They go underneath to Morgan. Contact counted in the foul. Maya Fuller found Nellie Morgan. Great post position underneath. They fouled her over the back, and she still made the shot. Chance for a three-point play. See who the foul is on here. That's on Sarah Huffman, her first. Nellie at the line, 40% on the season. That has improved over the past few weeks. Trying to convert the three-point play. Puts it up. Off the back rim, no good, and the rebound to Huffman. Ottumwa 6, Marshalltown nothing. About 2 minutes gone here in the opening quarter. Huffman picked up her dribble right side, skip it left side, and now in the hands of Borsch. Brings it up top, bounce it right side back to Huffman. Down to the corner for Amaya Moore. Moore underneath to Borsch, but she stepped out of bounds. Good pressure from Coram. Marshalltown turns it over again. 5:50 first quarter, Bulldogs 6, Bobcats nothing. Coram trying to get it in, gets it to a cutting Kraus. Kraus has already split the double team once. This time, though, a long pass ahead. Too tall for Nellie Morgan. She nearly saved it to Clark, but it was out of bounds. Boy, that was the play there. Nellie was all alone under the bucket. Would have been an easy layup, but the pass too high. If that save had counted, Clark would have had the layup. Instead, it is a turnover for Ottumwa. Now the Bulldogs zone pressure. Fuller forces the pass to Borsch. Back to Huffman, across the timeline, Capallo down the right side of the lane, jump stop, runner good. Sydney Capallo, one of the two starting freshmen for Marshalltown, gets the Bobcats on the board. Long pass up ahead, Fuller to Morgan, takes it down, lay it up, no, but a foul on Georgia Jansen, and Nellie Morgan will shoot 2 more free throws as again Ottumwa gets Morgan behind the press. This time the pass connects and they get to the free throw line. 5:26 first quarter. Bulldog basketball brought to you by Community First Credit Union, because together is better. Check them out at cfirstcreditunion.com. First free throw for Nellie is good this time. She's got 3. 7-2 Ottumwa. .526 mark of the opening quarter. Second free throw for Nellie, got them both. And it is 8-2. Morgan has 4, Kraus has 4 so far for OHS. Huffman will bring it across the timeline for the Bobcats. Pulls up the volleyball line, keeps the dribble, now goes right side for Borsch. Back up top to Huffman, to the left side for Moore. Moore back up top to Huffman again, right side for Capallo. Baseline drive, got around Morgan, pass across, Clark knocked it away, Moore picked it up, kick it out to Borsch, dribbles to the elbow, kick it right baseline to Capallo, gets around Morgan in, pull up off the glass and good. Sydney Capallo has 4 early points for Marshalltown, and Ottumwa's lead is 8-4. Inbound to Kraus. Up ahead to Fuller, left side across the timeline. Fire it right side. Coram saves it. Nope, was out of bounds. Right idea there by Fuller again, as Coram was heading to the right block behind everybody, but the pass just a little too far. Ottumwa's leading 8-4. 2 passes that if they'd connected, it would be 12-4, but now the Bulldogs with a little tighter pressure. Long pass up ahead to Moore, still in the backcourt. Throw behind her to Huffman. Right side to Borsch and across the timeline. To the wing to Jansen. Drives in baseline, put up a runner, hit the bottom of the backboard, and Nellie's got the rebound for Ottumwa. Olivia Coram will bring it into the front court this time for OHS. Throws it to a cutting Morgan in the lane, but it's knocked away by Marshalltown and stolen. Back the other way, Huffman into the front court right side. Fuller forces her down to the baseline. Double team, turnaround jumper off the rim, no. Moore the rebound, kick to the free throw line. Capallo drives in, hit the deck, lost it out of bounds. It'll go back to Ottumwa. Marshalltown wanted a foul, didn't get it. Subs for both teams. Ottumwa's going to bring in Briley Yeager, Hunter Caldwell, and Riley Heinbaugh, as Morgan, Fuller, and Clark will sit. Marshalltown brings in Kinsley Bowie, a 5'7" freshman. As Yeager gets it into Kraus. There's another sub from Marshalltown here, and Kraus hits the deck as she's fouled, racing into the front court. A reach in by Sarah Huffman, and that's her second foul, team foul number 3. The other sub for Marshalltown is Millie Heitman, a 5'11" freshman, and I saw Heitman playing in the JV game, which Ottumwa won fairly comfortably. Inbound to the left corner for Kraus, underneath the Caldwell, backing down Capayu, and tried to dribble around her and stepped out of bounds. Ottumwa a few too many turnovers in the early going. 4:06 first quarter. Bulldogs still lead at 8-4. Now Ottumwa sets up pressure. Huffman inbounds to Heitman, back to Huffman. Back to the left side for Bowie. Across the timeline, pass stolen by Kraus. Camden up the right side. Gets around Bowie, down to the baseline. Kick it left corner. Tough catch for Heinbaugh. Get it on the wing. Caldwell for 3. Count it! Hunter Caldwell with a three-pointer, brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance and Ottumwa. And Ottumwa leads at 11-4. Bowie picks up her dribble. Throw it across the timeline to Huffman on the left. Counting down to 3.5 to go. Pass knocked away, and Yeager's got a steal. Rips it away from Capayo. Boy, Capayo hit her on the back. They didn't call it. Now Briley into the front court. Crosses over. Down the lane, around more, all the way to the rim, but too strong. Caldwell beat everyone to the rebound. Her putback, though, too strong. Corum tips the rebound to Heinbaugh. Gets it up top to Yeager. Bulldogs reset. Now Yeager down the lane again. Bounce it baseline for Heinbaugh. Out to the wing. Caldwell, another 3. Count it again. Hunter Caldwell, back-to-back threes. Timeout Marshalltown. 14-4. We're back in 30 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
All roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Out of the Marshalltown timeout after that Caldwell 3, again brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa. Bulldogs lead 14-4. Kinsley Bowie on the right side against pressure. To the center for Heitman. Heitman gets it back from Aubrey Tejada, who checked in. Gets it back to Tejada across the timeline just in time. Bounce it right side to Heitman. To the wing, Bowie. Back up top to Tejada. Cut off. Throws it back to Bowie. Rescues it right side. Ottumwa really swarming defensively here. Bowie backs it up to the volleyball line. Left side for Heitman. To Capayo. Dribbles up top. Picked up her dribble there. Throw it back left side to Bowie. She'll launch a 3 with 2 on the shot clock. Short off the rim. Rebound, Capayo took it away underneath. Shot blocked, but she's fouled. And Sydney Capayo will shoot 2. Ottumwa that time played great defense through the whole shot clock, but then didn't secure the rebound, and Heinbaugh is called for the foul, her first. Caldwell blocked the shot, but Heinbaugh called for the foul underneath. Sydney Capayo, 55% from the free throw line, and that's actually the best they have on their team. First free throw is good. She has all 5 Marshalltown points. She's already hit her average. She averages 5.2. One more free throw for the Marshalltown freshman, Sydney Capayo. It's up, and it's good, and it's 14-6. Inbound against pressure to Corum. Dribbles away from a double team to the right side, gets it to Kraus across the timeline. Camden races in from the right, down to the baseline, bounce it left corner, Heinbaugh. Out to the wing, Briley Yeager. Shot fake and a drive. Kick it out right wing, Kraus wide open 3. Off the rim, no, and the rebound to Heitman. Had a good look at it. Now into the front court, Kinsley Bowie for the Bobcats. Bounce it right side for Heitman. Tall, lanky freshman. Picks it up on the wing, gets it back up top to Hada. Back right side, it missed Heitman, but rescued by Capayo. Back up top, Kraus deflects it. That's into the backcourt, not an over and back. Kraus, though, wins the race and lays it up and in. Camden Kraus just out-hustled Aubrey Tejada for that ball. Gets a steal and bucket. She's got 6. Dogs up 10, 16-6. And now a pass off the leg of Yeager and out of bounds into the Marshalltown bench as the Bulldogs continue to press. Nellie Morgan and Maya Fuller return for Ottumwa. Kraus and Corum will sit. Sarah Huffman back in for Marshalltown playing with 2 fouls. And Marshalltown has also brought in for the first time Ellie Hughes, a 5'9" sophomore. Bowie inbounds, gets to Huffman. Bulldogs set up pressure again. Huffman picked up her dribble, throw it to the left for Tejada. She got away with the travel there. She's double teamed. Ball knocked loose. Huffman rescues it. And a whistle. A 10-second violation. They did not get across the timeline in time, and Ottumwa forces another turnover. Against a team averaging 32.5 turnovers a game, you would expect the Bulldogs to press. They are doing so, and it's becoming more and more effective. Briley Yeager with it in the front court for Ottumwa. Between the circles. Left side to Heinbaugh. Marshalltown in a man-to-man. Down to the baseline for Maya Fuller. Fuller dribbles away, trying to go underneath, knocked out of her hands, and they say off of Fuller and out of bounds. I don't know about that. Marshalltown has to inbound from the corner here. Ottumwa 16, Marshalltown 6, minute 20 to go opening quarter. Inbound to Huffman. Picked up her dribble, goes left side to Heitman. Her pass knocked away, stolen by Yeager, takes it down, and she traveled. She came to a jump stop and then did a step through. She can't believe it, but when you look back at that replay, you can't jump stop and then step through. So Ottumwa gives it back. Marshalltown inbounding against pressure again. They get it into Huffman on the right. Lob ahead to Heitman. Behind to Tejada. Gets across the timeline over on the left. Minute 5 to go in the quarter. Right side, tough catch for Huffman. Throw it down to the corner for Hughes. Ellie Hughes. Back up top to Sarah Huffman, left side to Tejada. Hands it to Bowie. 13 on the shot clock. Kinsley Bowie, another freshman from Marshalltown. Pass knocked away, intended for the high post, stolen by Yeager, and Briley is fouled. 44.4 seconds to go. The foul is on Ellie Hughes, her first, team foul number 4 on the Bobcats. Marshalltown head coach Brian Murphy arguing for a kick ball, but the official saying the pass hit her foot, but it has to be an intentional kick, not just a deflection off the foot. Heinbaugh inbounds to Yeager, and the Bulldogs into the front court. About an 8-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Yeager down the lane, cut off, kick it left wing to Heinbaugh, 3 on the way. Count it, Riley Heinbaugh with a 3, brought to you by Marvin Bory with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa. 19-6. Hughes in the backcourt. Goes behind her to Huffman. Left side across the timeline to Bowie. Shot clock off. Left wing Tejada. 20 seconds on the game clock. Bounce it right side. Knocked away by Morgan. Yeager's got the loose ball. Dogs back the other way. Yeager down the middle. Tried to pass it across. Ball deflects off 3 different players. It hit Heinbaugh last and went out of bounds. It'll go back to Marshalltown. Sydney Kapayu back in for the Bobcats, replacing Tejada. 11.9 seconds to go in the quarter. Ottumwa leading 19-6. A few turnovers have kept them from having an even bigger lead. Kapayu back to Bowie. Back to Kapayu on the right. Races across the timeline right side. Down to the baseline, and a blocking foul going to be called on Ottumwa here with 2.2 seconds left in the quarter. That's on Nellie Morgan, her first, only the second on the Bulldogs. And it will be Huffman to throw the inbounds pass from the baseline towards the corner. Goes underneath, and it was out of bounds. Heitman tried to pick it up, it stepped out of bounds. Ottumwa's got 9/10 of a second left. Now the officials are conferring here. I think they may be trying to decide whether or not the ball was ever actually in bounds, but I think they'll leave it where it is at 9/10 of a second. And unless Ottumwa does something spectacular here, they'll lead 19-6 after a quarter, and they do. We're back in a minute on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
Hey
Hey, it's Sam here, your Lisco sales rep. Summertime weather is just around the corner, so you know the drill. Construction is in full swing, and we have limited time to get your order on the list for this year. As you're prioritizing your goals for 2022, let's make you the priority. We can chat details about what would make your home or business data connection the most successful. To add or update your services, call me, Samantha Knoll, for your Lisco sales and account management. 641-209-5400, 209-5400, or visit us at lisco.com.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Start of the second quarter. Your Ottumwa girls team leading Marshalltown 19-6. It's Marshalltown ball. They were looking at the possession arrow at the scorer's table. There's a little red light on top that is indicating whose ball it is, but I think the main light on the front was not working. But it is Marshalltown ball, and they got 5 players on the floor, but nobody had gone over to midcourt to inbound, and now Sarah Huffman will throw the inbounds pass. Ottumwa's got Corum, Kraus, Caldwell, Morgan, and Fuller on the floor. Huffman with it for Marshalltown, throw it right side for Jansen, and as she tried to drive, a blocking foul is called on Briley Yeager, her first, team foul number 3. Marshalltown's had 2 buckets and 2 free throws, all by Sydney Capayo. They've had some success driving from the right side against Ottumwa, although it hasn't resulted in as many buckets as they would like. Bulldogs leading by 13. Inbound in the lane to Jansen, got it up wildly, no good, and the rebound to Morgan. Gets it over to Yeager. Briley into the front court left side. Slows up top of the key, gets it to Caldwell. To the right wing for Kraus. Kraus will bring it back up top. Marshalltown again in that man-to-man. Camden to the right, a handoff to Corum. Corum up top to Caldwell. Goes left wing to Yeager. Looks for a cutter, now gets it underneath to Kraus. Hook shot over the rim, no good. Rebound, Nellie Morgan's got it. The putback off the rim, no. Caldwell the rebound and draws the foul. And Hunter Caldwell will shoot 2. Bulldogs out muscling Marshalltown for rebounds inside. That foul is on Capayo, her first, team foul number 5. Hunter Caldwell at the line, 48% on the season. First one here, good. Her 7th point of the night, 20-6, Bulldog basketball. Brought to you by Josh Brenda and the team at Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home. Second free throw for Hunter, left it short off the rim. Rebound on the floor, it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Marshalltown, and the Bulldogs will keep it. 7:20 to go, a second quarter. Camden Kraus to throw the inbounds pass. Right wing for Corum. Up top to Morgan. Left side, Caldwell has to rescue it. To the wing, Yeager. Riley dribbles in the lane, kicks it out right wing. Caldwell, another 3 on the way. Off the rim, no, and the rebound tapped out. Yeager runs it down right wing. Into the corner for Kraus. She'll try a 3. Off the rim, too strong. Caldwell fighting for the rebound, but Capayo's got this one. Ottumwa had a few looks at that possession, only ended up with 1 point. Now, Aniston Borsch into the front court, goes left wing for Huffman. Down underneath, Yeager nearly stole it. They get tied up, and it's a held ball, and the arrow will give it back to Ottumwa. I think Briley baited Marshalltown into that pass. They thought they had Georgia Jansen open underneath, and then Briley darted in to deflect the ball. They ended up getting tied up. Marshalltown sets up pressure. Inbound to Kraus right side. Crosses over, splits defenders across the timeline, gets it left side to Yeager. To the corner, Corum. To the wing, Yeager. Back up top to Kraus. Dribbles over towards the right side, gets it to Caldwell. Jansen slapped at a miss. Caldwell drives, goes underneath the hoop all the way to the other side. Finds Yeager, left wing 3 on the way. Count it! Briley Yeager with a 3-pointer, brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa. Dogs up 23-6. Huffman bounce across the timeline to Amaya Moore, left wing. Back up top to Huffman at the volleyball line. Right side for Borsch. Skip it left baseline for Moore. To the wing, Jansen. Up top for Huffman. Right side, Capayo bobbles it, picks it up. Gets it to the free throw line, extended to Huffman. Right back to Capayo, dribbles up top, bounce it left side for Borsch. 10 on the shot clock. Down low for Moore, bounce across through the legs of Jansen, rescued in the corner by Huffman. 3 on the shot clock. Borsch, a 3 off the rim, no. The shot clock went off, but the ball hit the rim, and then we get a tie-up. They stopped for a moment, and then Moore got tied up with Morgan, and the arrow this time keeps it with the Bobcats. Riley Heinbaugh, Maya Fuller check back in for Ottumwa. Caldwell and Yeager check out. Yeah, that's one of those first year with the shot clock things. As now we get a brief stoppage here. I think Chris Gravett running the shot clock is asking if the clock should be at 32 or 35. And they will put it back at 35. There was no control of the ball after the rebound. It was tied up once both teams started playing again. But both teams stopped when that shot clock horn went off, even though the ball had hit the rim. Now the inbounds is stolen by Camden Krause. Into the front court right side. Jansen cuts her off, fires left block, knocked down, picked up by Fuller, kick it out of the wing. Heinbaugh launches the 3, that's off the rim, no, and the rebound to Jansen. Aniston Borsch brings it through the midcourt circle. Top of the key, throw it left side for Huffman. Huffman backs away from Krause. Skip it right side for Jansen, and she traveled. Again, to finish the point, you know, that's a few moments ago, the shot clock went off even though the ball hit the rim. Everybody heard the shot clock horn and stopped for a moment. The officials are like, it's a live ball, keep going. Heinbaugh inbounding from the side. Long pass up ahead, Korn with a nice catch. Finds Morgan wide open underneath and lays it in. Ball never touched the floor. Corum the assist, Morgan the bucket, 25-6. Morgan's got 8. Capallo across the timeline. Heinbaugh down on the floor trying to steal it. And Ottumwa gets a timeout to save the possession. We're back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High basketball on KBIZ and on the live video stream. 5:02 to go until the half. Ottumwa girls 25, Marshalltown 6. Bulldog basketball brought to you by Bridge City Realty. Whether you're looking to buy your next home or sell your current property, they'll be with you every step of the way. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's trusted experts. And by Lisco, Southeast Iowa's leader in fiber optic telecommunications, Lisco of Fairfield. Ottumwa ball after taking their first time out. Riley Heinbaugh will inbound at midcourt in front of the scorer's table. Inbounds goes in the backcourt to Camden Krause, brings it right back across the line. Krause dribbling, goes right around a pick, all the way underneath the hoop. The layup too strong, the rebound to Jansen on the other side. Krause got around the defenders, but was too far under the rim to use the glass and couldn't find the target. Right side, Borsch on a handoff from Capallo. Skip it left side for Huffer, up top to Huffman, I should say. To the left side for Borsch, brings it out to the wing, back up top, stolen by Krause. Camden all the way down, she's behind everybody, uncontested, layup good. Krause has 8, Ottumwa leading 27-6. Inbound to Huffman. Bulldogs with the pressure. Right side to Borsch, and she traveled. Now that Ottumwa press speeding up Marshalltown again. 4:20 until halftime, Bulldogs in complete control. Heinbaugh gets it into Krause. Volleyball line left side, goes around to Morgan pick. To the right, gets it on the wing to Fuller. Fuller into the lane, kick it left wing to Heinbaugh. Down to the corner, back to Maya Fuller. Underneath to a cutting Nellie Morgan. Pivots in the lane, looks for help, tried to kick it out. Fortunate that Jansen deflected it out of bounds. The pass was going to the corner and Fuller had headed to the wing. There was nobody there to catch the pass for Ottumwa, but Marshalltown knocked it away. 2 subs for the Bobcats. Kinsley Bowie and Ellie Hughes are back in, replacing Borsch and Capallo. 4:05 on the clock, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Krause inbounding from the corner. Gets it into Morgan. Now left wing to Heinbaugh. Back in the corner and behind Krause and out of bounds. Ottumwa's got the big lead, but Bulldogs are playing a little sloppy tonight. Now Bowie inbounding from the far end of her own bench, gets it into Huffman, back to Bowie. She was almost not in bounds yet. Back to Huffman, now Fuller deflects it, Bowie rescues it. Back to Huffman across the timeline, goes right side to Moore. Tried to pass underneath to Hughes, and Nellie Morgan got a leg in the way and knocked it out of bounds. 3:51 until the half. Amaya Moore to throw the inbounds for Marshalltown. Looks underneath, gets it right side to Jansen. Turnaround high off the glass, no good. Long rebound tapped out, and it'll belong to Ottumwa. Heinbaugh to inbound. Kraus under some pressure from Moore, but they'll get it into Camden. And Kraus right back through that midcourt circle. Around a Morgan pick left side, down the lane, crosses over, goes in, draws the foul. And I think they're going to say it's not a shooting foul. And that's the second foul on Ellie Hughes. Team foul number 6, so the next one will put Ottumwa in the 1-and-1. 3 subs to the Bulldogs: Hunter Caldwell, Briley Yeager, and Olivia Clark check back in. Millie Heitman, the 5'11" freshman, returns for the Bobcats. Yeager to throw the inbounds pass. Got it underneath, nice catch by Corum, puts it up off the glass and got it to go. Olivia Corum, off the inbounds assist from Yeager, has her first bucket on her senior night, 29-6. Across the timeline is Bowie. Dribbling high on the right side, now back to the center, still now just crossing the volleyball line over to the left. Bounces it back right side for Moore. Amaya Moore trying to drive on Heinbach, cut off, gets it to the elbow. Hughes down the lane, and we're going to get a reach-in foul on Ottumwa here on the floor. And that'll be the second foul on Briley Yeager, team foul number 4 on the Bulldogs. Maya Fuller will presumably check in for Briley. Yes, she will. 3:08 to go until halftime. Ottumwa 29, Marshalltown 6. Moore trying to get it in. Bounce it right side to Hyman, out to Huffman, up top to Bowie. Bowie drives to the elbow, kick it back to Huffman right wing. 3 minutes left in the half. Huffman way up high on the right side. Tried to dribble down to the baseline, lost it, had to pick it up in the corner, goes underneath to Hughes, knocked out of bounds by Corum. It'll stay with Marshalltown, 17 remaining on the shot clock. Maya Moore will throw this inbounds pass. She's thrown it to the block every time I've seen her inbound. And got it to Bowie, who's got to bring it out from the block on the baseline, throw it up top to Huffman. Left side to nobody in particular and out of bounds. Ottumwa gets it back, leading by 23. 29-6 the score. Olivia Corum back across the timeline. Goes left side to Fuller. Drives down to the block, cut off, skip it right side over the head of Caldwell and out of bounds. Ottumwa gives it right back. Sydney Capayo back in for Marshalltown, replacing Moore. 2:29 left in the half. And Ottumwa with the comfortable lead, but some things to improve on here. Haven't taken care of the basketball as well as Coach Vandenberg would like. Sarah Huffman way high on the right side, guarded by Corum. Ottumwa's in a man-to-man right now. Huffman dribbling left into the lane and is fouled on the floor before she could go up for the shot. And that is on Olivia Clark, her first, team foul number 5 on the Bulldogs. It'll be Bowie to inbound from the baseline. Throw it right wing to Huffman. Shot fake, baseline drive, baseline jumper, air ball. Fuller tried to grab the rebound, couldn't secure it. It goes out of bounds off her hands. And a timeout, Marshalltown, 2:13 to go until the half. 29-6 Bulldogs. We're back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hi, this is Vince Tyson, General Manager with Citizens Mutual in Bloomfield, the area's premier broadband provider. Wapello County, we have heard your screams of frustration. You need reliable internet, and we are proud to expand high-speed fiber internet into Wapello County. Express your interest today by going to findmyfiber.mycmtech.com. Again, that's findmyfiber.mycmtech.com. We look forward to hearing from you and bringing you the very best internet service at Citizens Mutual, coming soon to Wapello County.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Marshalltown just took its second time out. They trail Ottumwa 29-6. Bulldog basketball brought to you by William Penn University's Iowa Pride Scholarship. It's geared towards high school seniors. Learn how you can pay $7,000 or less per year. Visit wmpenn.edu/Iowa Pride to find out more. 2:13 left in the first half of our girls' game tonight. Bobcats inbounding. Kinsley Bowie will throw the inbounds pass. Ottumwa sets up man-to-man. Trying to protect underneath. And the pass goes underneath to Hughes. Has to throw it back out to Huffman. Huffman bobbled it, gets it left side back to Hughes. Throw back up top to Heitman. Left side to Huffman. Underneath knocked, Heinbaugh tried to knock it away from Hughes, but Riley got called for her second foul. Team foul number 6 on Ottumwa. And Camden Krause will come back in to replace Heinbaugh. So both Heinbaugh and Yeager are on the bench with 2 fouls. 2:02 left until the half. Huffman to throw this inbounds pass. Lob it left wing for Heitman. Picked up her dribble, free throw on Ike Senna, gets it behind her to Capallo. Capallo backing out to the wing. Into the corner, Bowie. Bowie dribbles to the wing. Circles up top, all the way to the volleyball line. Right side for Huffman. Huffman attacks, little runner off the glass, no. Rebound to Caldwell. Long possession felt like there for Marshalltown, but nothing to show for it. Krause into the front court, right side for Fuller. Gets it to a cutting Caldwell down the lane who lays it up and in. Maya Fuller the assist, Caldwell the nice cut for the bucket. She's got 9 in the game, 31-6. Marshalltown kind of fell asleep on that one. Bowie with 1:20 left in the half. Picked up a dribble top of the key, bounce it right side for Hughes. Drives around Krause, down to the block, cut off by Caldwell. Out to Capallo, long 2-pointer on the way, got it. First points of the quarter for Marshalltown, and Sydney Capallo has all 8 of their points. It's 31-8. Krause left side to Fuller with 1 minute to go. Up top to Corum. Hands off to Krause, brings it back up top. Dogs reset. Right side to Maya Fuller. To a cutting Caldwell, this time cut off of the block. Went up, had her shot blocked. Oh, they call that a travel. I would say that'd be a... And Coach Vandenberg saying she got a hand on that. That should be a held ball. Official explaining his call to Vandenberg. Amicable conversation. I don't think they agree, but it's an amicable conversation. About a 12-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Marshalltown with the ball. Ottumwa leading 31-8. Ball goes into the free throw line for Capallo. Back underneath to a cutting Bowie, but her shot blocked by Olivia Clark, who comes away with the ball. Great play by Clark. Fuller, long pass in the front court for Cameron Pauls, who's checked in. Less than a second difference between shot clock and game clock. Right wing is Corum. Gets it up top to Pauls at the volleyball line. Around a Clark pick to the right side. Lob it into the free throw line for Caldwell. Trying to drive on Hughes. Spins down the lane to beat her. Lays it up and in. Hunter Caldwell the nice move. 33-8. 5 seconds left. Bowie didn't realize it. Now racing into the front court. Volleyball line shot at the buzzer. No good. And at the half, Ottumwa leads Marshalltown 33-8. We'll take 3 minutes, come back, and begin the halftime show on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
small town charm with real world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree, and our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Wondering what to have for lunch or supper? Stop in and see Mike and his team at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse. Whether you want amazing Greek food, pasta, salads, sandwiches, fish, chicken, steak, or the best pizza in town, they have what you want. They are always open for carryout, and their full menu is available at mikespizzasteakhouse.com. Thank you, Southern Iowa, for making Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse your favorite restaurant and your favorite pizza place. Proud to support the Ottumwa Bulldogs.
Are you looking for someone to capture the special moments in life, such as senior photos, weddings, family portraits, baby pictures, or even your furry friends? Look no further than Lee's Photography in Ottumwa to schedule your appointment. Brian, Connie, and the staff at Lee's Photography have the knowledge and experience to capture your special moments and make your vision come to life. Visit them on Facebook to see the range of their work. Lee's Photography on East 2nd Street, across from the Courier in Ottumwa, for all your all-around photography needs.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent: our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
We are at halftime. Ottumwa High basketball, 12:40 a.m., 102.7 FM KBIZ. Live video on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. And your Ottumwa girls with a healthy lead over Marshalltown at the half, 33-8. Our halftime stats brought to you by Sonic Drive-In on North 63 in Ottumwa. First half scoring, Hunter Caldwell leads the Bulldogs with 11 points. Camden Krause has 8. Nellie Morgan has 6. 3 for Riley Heinbaugh, 3 for Briley Yeager, 2 points for Olivia Coram to round out the Ottumwa scoring. For Marshalltown, only one player scored for them. Sydney Capayo has all 8 of their points. Free throw shooting in the first half, Ottumwa was 3 of 5. Marshalltown was 2 of 2. And foul trouble, Riley Heinbaugh and Briley Yeager each have 2 for Ottumwa. Sarah Huffman has 2 fouls, as does Ellie Hughes for Marshalltown. Ottumwa got out to a 19-6 lead at the end of the first quarter, and they really kind of accelerated away after having an early 8-4 lead. Marshalltown had those 6 first quarter points, only had 1 bucket the entire second quarter. The Bulldogs have hit 4 3-pointers tonight. Caldwell's got 2 of them. Heinbaugh has 1. Yeager has 1. Ottumwa still not taking care of the ball as well as they would like. Don't have a turnover count for Ottumwa, but especially against the Marshalltown press, they broke it several times, but a few of those ended in turnovers where they should have had easy buckets. Now Marshalltown's turned it over more. Our good friend Scott Jackson from the Ottumwa Courier, who's here tonight, counted 12 turnovers by Marshalltown in the first quarter alone. And as we told you in pregame, Marshalltown averaging 32.5 turnovers a game. That's essentially a little bit more than a turnover every minute. So the Bulldogs using the pressure to force Marshalltown into the same kind of problems they've had all season. And the Bulldogs have a healthy halftime lead again, 33-8. If you're wondering about the running clock, Ottumwa right now leading by 25 points. If they get ahead by 35 or more, then the running clock will go into effect. Bulldog basketball brought to you by Reflection Studio next to New Cara Pharmacy in downtown Ottumwa. Looking good doesn't happen by chance. It happens by appointment with Reflection Studio in Ottumwa. By Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Internal Medicine Clinic, your local pediatric provider. Mercy One Ottumwa, your best life, our one purpose. Visit mercy1.org. And by Roto-Rooter on Gateway Drive for 24/7 emergency plumbing services, including nights, holidays, and weekends. Roto-Rooter Ottumwa, your specialists in plumbing and water cleanup. Bulldog girls leading 33-8 over Marshalltown at the half. We're back in 3 minutes with the second half on the Ottumwa Radio, Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
All roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
Hi everyone, this is Karina Drummond with Reflection Studio in Ottumwa. We are a full-service salon offering hair, nail, brow, lash, facial, and waxing services. We also handle weddings, proms, and other large events with multiple person makeover sessions, so contact us early to get booked for your next event. We thank all of our loyal customers for your patronage and invite all newcomers to join our salon family. And remember, looking good doesn't happen by chance, it happens by appointment with Reflection Studio in Ottumwa. Like Reflection Studio on Facebook and visit reflectionstudio.com. That's Reflections with a Z.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
All roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
About ready to start the second half. Ottumwa High basketball tonight. Brought to you by Family First Chiropractic on West 2nd Street in Ottumwa, delivering an elevated level of holistic care for the entire family, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure their clients receive the best results as fast as possible. Ottumwa leading Marshalltown in our girls game 33-8. Boys game, of course, to follow here on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ, and on the live video stream on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. Jason Van Arkel with you from Evans Middle School tonight. Annie Argo is the on-site video producer. Carmen Pratt, the radio producer, back at the KBIZ studios. Marshalltown sending out Sarah Huffman, Amaya Moore, Georgia Jansen, Sydney Capayu, and Aniston Borsch. Ottumwa with Olivia Korm, Camden Krause, Olivia Clark, Nellie Morgan, and Maya Fuller, both teams at their starting 5 tonight, out there to start the second half. Ottumwa ball moving left to right here in the second half. Camden Krause In the front court, around a pick. Takes it right side. Marshalltown switches. Kraus circles back into the lane. Kick it left corner. Olivia Clark for three. In and out, no good. And the rebound to Borsch. Boy, it would have been nice to have Clark get a three on her senior night. Huffman left side gets around. Kraus drives in. Kicks it back to Jansen. Throw it right side for Moore. Moore driving down to the baseline. Cut off by Clark. Pivots. Lob it back up top. Now back underneath for Borsch from Huffman. But she had it knocked out of her hands. Kraus fighting for the loose ball. And she tips it out to Fuller. Maya Fuller into the front court. Dogs want to run. Fuller, though, slows up right wing. Now gets it underneath for Morgan. Puts it up through contact. No call, but Nelly makes the shot anyway. 35-8. Great job by Fuller to slow it down and make the defense relax a little bit, then find Nelly underneath. 35-8. Morgan has 8 points. Let's get past. Borsch has it up top. Pass deflected by Maya Fuller. Ball knocked out and recovered near midcourt by Huffman. Throw it between the circles to Borsch. Dribbles back to the right side. Guarded by Fuller. Picked up her dribble up high. Goes down to the baseline for Jansen. Drives in on Clark. Hook shot short. Rebound to Olivia Corum. Corum to the left side. Pass into the front court for Fuller. To Clark. Down low for Morgan. Skip it left corner. And that ball was too wide for Fuller. It goes into the dog pound. And nearly took the face off of one of our students over there. Pass was rifled too wide, and students over there having a laugh with the official. Huffman back across the timeline for the Bobcats. Picked up her dribble way up high, throw it left side for Capaya. Trying to drive on Morgan, cut off. Kick it right wing to Moore, towards the corner for Borsch. Borsch wants to go underneath. Fuller's not letting her do it. Now baseline drive, cut her off there. Baseball pass, leaping catch by Moore up top. Drives right side of the lane, and a bump foul is going to be called on Ottumwa here. Maya Moore got half a step there on OHS, who was forced to foul. And they will get Nellie Morgan for her second, so she joins Riley Heinbaugh and Briley Yeager in the two-foul club. Moore trying to get it inbounds. Bounce it to the left block, and it's knocked away by Fuller, stolen by Corum. Boy, Maya Moore, every time she's inbounded, long pass up ahead. Clark deflects it. Fuller runs it down in the corner. We'll get back to Moore inbounding in a moment. They go underneath, knocked away from Morgan. Ball loose, rolls out of bounds. Last touch by Marshalltown. Finish a thought on Maya Moore. She's been the trigger on those inbounds baseline plays. And a lot of times, well, just about every time she's bounced it to somebody on the block, whether they were open or not. Corum lobs it in up high on the right to Fuller. Now up top to Kraus behind the volleyball line. Camden goes left around to Morgan. Pick splits defenders down the lane. Layup off the rim, no. Morgan trying to get the rebound, deflects off of Capayo and out of bounds. And Ottumwa gets it back. The Bulldogs did everything there but finish, but Nellie Morgan's battle for that rebound ended up giving Ottumwa new life. Kraus. Right wing pass deflected, but Corum's got it. Up top to Fuller. Dribbles left. Back right side to Corum. Drives around. Jansen got all the way in. Lay it up, no, but a foul. And Olivia Corum's going to the free throw line. That foul is on Georgia Jansen, her second. So now three Marshalltown players have 2 fouls each. Jansen, Huffman, and Ellie Hughes. Olivia Corum at the line. Not many trips this year. 3 for 5. First free throw here. Back iron, no. Still 35-8 Ottumwa, 5:45 to go third quarter. Only 2 points in this quarter so far. The bucket by Nellie Morgan a couple of minutes ago. Corum's second free throw is good. So she's got 3 points, and Ottumwa leads 36-8. Sarah Huffman back across the timeline on the right side for Marshalltown. Trying to drive down to the corner. Kraus stays with her, throw it to the wing. Jansen drives in, cut off, kick it left side to Moore. Moore curls to the right, finds Capaya right wing. Baseline drive, cut off, double teamed. Has to get it out somewhere, and it was tied up as Moore and Corum both grabbed the ball simultaneously. Held ball, Arrow will keep it with the Bobcats. 15 on the shot clock. 3 subs for Ottumwa, Riley Heinbaugh, Briley Yeager, Hunter Caldwell all back in. Clark, Fuller, and Morgan sit for Ottumwa. Borsch to inbound for Marshalltown. And a 5-second call. She didn't get it inbounds in time. It found Huffman at the top of the lane, but not before the 5-second count expired. So another Marshalltown turnover. Bulldogs get it back, leading 36-8. They get it up to 43-8. That'd be 35 points, and we would get the running clock. Kraus on the left side of Yeager to the wing, Corum. Corum down to the baseline, Heinbaugh. Heinbaugh underneath to Yeager, knocked away by Jansen and out of bounds. It'll stay with Ottumwa, 19 on the shot clock. Ellie Hughes coming back in for Marshalltown, replacing Georgia Jansen. Jansen with some good minutes there for Marshalltown. Obviously, Ottumwa's got the big lead, but Marshalltown, they've beaten, their 3 wins are over Easton Hoover this year, and you can see they're better than those teams. They've got some more talent. They're young. They're really young, but there's some talent here. Right corner, Corum for a 3. Count it! Olivia Corum with a 3-pointer, brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa. Should be 39-8. They put 38 on the scoreboard. Left side is Capayo. Down to the baseline, Hughes. One dribble, back to Capayo on the wing. She goes down to the baseline, double teamed. Doesn't have anywhere to go at the ball. And throws it out, but a reach-in foul called on Ottumwa here. That foul is on Hunter Caldwell, her first, team foul number 2. Perhaps that was only a 2. I thought it was called a 3 for Corum. Maybe it was only a 2. Maybe had a foot on the line. Scoreboard says 38-8. Lob in the left corner for Borsch. Boy, she used that arm to hook Yeager to get out of there. They didn't call it. Goes left side to Capayo. Dribbles left to right. Got down the lane this time. Lay it up, counted on the foul. Boy, Ottumwa didn't rotate well that time and paid the price. And I think Briley just got her 3rd foul. Nope, they're going to get Caldwell for her 2nd. Capayo at the line where she's 2 for 2 on the night. Trying to convert the 3-point play. And she does. She has all 11 Marshalltown points. It's 38-11. I guess that was a 2. For Corum a minute ago. Yeager up high on the left side. Throw it to the wing for Heinbaugh. Up top to Kraus. Kraus dribbling between the circles. Takes it right, hands off to Corum. Corum trying to get away from Borsch. Goes left side for Yeager. Briley drives in the lane. Bounce underneath to Caldwell. Lay it up, no, but a foul. And Hunter Caldwell will shoot 2 with 4 minutes to go in the 3rd. That is the first foul on Aniston Borsch. Team foul number 2 on the Bobcats. Caldwell at the line, 1 for 2 on the night. First one this time is good. That gives her a team high 12 points. Sub for the Bobcats, Kinsley Bowie back in, the 5'7" freshman, replacing Borsch. One more free throw here for Hunter Caldwell. Puts it up, off the front of the rim, no good, and the rebound ends up in the hands of Ellie Hughes. 39-11. On the right side is Huffman towards the corner for Moore, down underneath for Hughes, and Heinbaugh knocked it away out of bounds, couldn't save it. And Marshalltown will inbound with 23 on the shot clock. Emma Hunger about to come in for the first time for Ottumwa, the 6'1" sophomore, and she'll replace Olivia Corum. Boy, Hunger and Ellie Hughes from Marshalltown, they both have the same color, these aqua blue shoes. Inbound to Hughes, left block. Caldwell almost knocked away. They go in the corner for Huffman. Baseline drive. Bounce across to Moore, layup good. Amaya Moore, the first player other than Capayo to score for Marshalltown. It's 39-13. Ball goes left side for Yeager. Back up top to Kraus. Attacks right, kicks behind her to Caldwell. Thought about a 3. Now goes down low to Yeager. Yeager pivots, kicks it back out to Caldwell. Another right wing 3 for Hunter. Too strong this time. Rebound to Huffman. Hunter hit a couple threes in the first half. Now she's 2 for 4 overall on the night. Huffman over to the right side. Picking up man-to-man. Drives down to the baseline. Jump pass in the lane. Deflected. Moore rescues it. Gets it to Capayo. She drives in. Fadeaway jumper. No. Rebound to Kraus. Camden into the front court. Throw it right side for Yeager. Drives down to the block. Cut off by Capayo. Kick it up top. Heinbaugh. Left-handed 3. Count it! Riley Heinbaugh with a 3-pointer. Brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa. Dogs up 42-13. Little contact on that shot, too, as Marshalltown tried to go backdoor. Ottumwa knocked it loose. The ball went off the foot of Huffman and out of bounds. Hughes made that backdoor pass, but it wasn't really there. Millie Heitman and Aubrey Tejada check in for Marshalltown. 2:34 left in the third. Bulldogs up 42-13. Ottumwa can go on a 6-0 run from this point. They'd get the running clock, but Kraus has it poked out of her hands on a drive, and Marshalltown has a steal. Tejada racing into the front court between the circles. Picked up her dribble and drug the pivot foot. That's a travel. So Ottumwa gets it right back. 2:17 left in the third. Kraus back across the timeline, picked up by Heitman. Goes around a Caldwell pick. Camden down the right side of the lane, bounce across to a cutting Hunger, whose layup is too strong. Kraus on the floor fighting for the rebound. And Ottumwa gets a timeout to save possession. 2:06 left in the third. We're back in 30 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hi, this is Lisa Bittner, Clinic Manager at Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Internal Medicine Clinic. We specialize in geriatrics, internal medicine, family practice, and we see patients of all ages. We have an entire pediatrics team ready to serve you year-round. We also have quick care walk-in available Monday through Friday from 7 to 5. From babies to grandparents and everything in between, we are here for you at Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Internal Medicine Clinic. Your best life, our one purpose. Visit mercy1.org.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
.206 to go in the third quarter. Ottumwa 42, Marshalltown 13 in our girls game. Camden Kraus looking to get it in, goes right wing for a wide open Riley Heinball, launches the three, count it. Heinball with her third three of the night, brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa. Dogs lead 45-13. Ottumwa 3 points away from getting a running clock going here. Huffman spins in the lane, forces up a shot and draws contact. She'll shoot two. Sarah Huffman going to the line for the first time tonight. The foul is on Camden Kraus, her first. Team foul number 4. Huffman, a 53% free throw shooter. .5'4" junior. First one is good. Her first point of the night. 45-14. Nellie Morgan in for Ottumwa, replacing Hunter Caldwell. Maya Fuller also in for Ottumwa, replacing Camden Kraus. So Ottumwa's got Yeager, Heinball, Fuller, Morgan, and Hunger on the floor. Bowie, Hughes, Huffman, Tejada, and Heitman for Marshalltown. Huffman's second free throw also good. Marshalltown's perfect from the line tonight. And it's 45-15. Dogs still up 30. Yeager gets it across the timeline, gets around Bowie into the lane, now kicks it back to Fuller. Fuller down low to Morgan in the corner for Hunger for three. Back iron, no. And the rebound pulled in by Huffman. Sarah Hunger's first three-point attempt, but just a little bit offline. Huffman behind the volleyball line, over to the left side. Now throw it right for Bowie. And Bowie tried to go underneath to a cutting Hughes, but the ball was knocked out of bounds by Ottumwa. Marshalltown will inbound with 18 on the shot clock. 1:17 on the game clock here in the third quarter. Bowie looking, still looking. And her pass knocked away, stolen by Heinbaugh. Boy, they're forcing it underneath on those plays, and it's not there. Heinbaugh all the way down on the left side, kick it on the wing to Yeager. Yeager drives in, kick it right wing to Hunger. Down to the baseline, Morgan. Long two-pointer from the baseline, no good. Rebound on the weak side to Huffman. 1 minute to go in the third. Ottumwa 45, Marshalltown 15. Kinsley Bowie back the other way for the Bobcats. Picked up her dribble up high, throw it left for Heitman. Heitman to the wing for Huffman. Huffman back out to Hughes, who abandoned a post-up. Now they go backdoor for Bowie, and she draws the foul. Boy, Ottumwa fell asleep on that backdoor cut. And Riley Heinbaugh picks up her third, the first player for either team to hit a third foul. Kinsley Bowie at the line, only 36% on the season. Her first free throw too strong. First free throw miss all night for the Bobcats. They had been 5 for 5. One more free throw for Bowie. One of 5 freshmen on the varsity roster, one of 4 that plays regularly. This free throw is good. Her first point of the night, 45-16. About 8 seconds between, or 8 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Heinbaugh into the front court and a reach-in foul committed by Huffman. That was a little silly at midcourt. That's her 3rd foul. Now she becomes the first Bobcat to get 3. And now the shot clock resets, 35 on the shot clock, 36.8 on the game clock. Ottumwa can essentially hold for 1. Inbound to Yeager. Throw left side for Hunger. Underneath to a cutting Heinbaugh, double team, kicks it out to Morgan. Back up top to Hunger. Gets it to Heinbaugh between the circles. Right side for Fuller. Fuller to a cutting Hunger down the lane, off the glass, left it short. Rebound to Hughes. Now 15 seconds left, shot clock off. Bowie, left side for Tejada. Tejada dribbles back up top, guarded closely by Heinbaugh, all the way to the right side. Picked up her dribble into the high post for Hughes. Down the right side of the lane, kick it out to Tejada on the wing. 3 seconds to the baseline, Bowie. Baseline jumper, too strong. Rebound in the hands of Hughes, shot no good. It went in, but after the buzzer. 45-16, back in a minute on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Hey, nice job clearing the clog.
Thanks.
You know anybody who could repair the water damage in my basement?
Roto-Rooter does that.
Do you guys fix water heaters?
Roto-Rooter does that.
How about a leaky faucet?
We do that.
Disposal repair?
We do that.
I've got to run a few errands, but if you could finish up those pies, that'd be great. Thanks.
And away go troubles down the drain.
Pies. Okay.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Start of the 4th quarter, Ottumwa with the ball in the lead over Marshalltown in our girls game, 45-16. Briley Yeager hands off to Maya Fuller on the right side. Maya gets it up top to Nellie Morgan. Left side, Heinbaugh. Riley Heinbaugh to a cutting Yeager on the left block. Double team down there, trying to fight her way through. They're going to call a foul. They're going to call a held ball. Boy, I thought an arm got grabbed there. But the held ball gives it back to Marshalltown. Anderson Borsch back in the game for the Bobcats, brings it into the front court. Top of the key, throw it right side for Georgia Jansen. Drives baseline, cut off. Lob it to the elbow, knocked away by Morgan. Capallo gets it back. Cut off again outside the lane, kicking on the wing to Jansen. Up top to Amaya Moore. Moore behind her to Borsch. Borsch driving right, goes on the wing to Capallo. 8 on the shot clock. Capallo baseline drive, cut off. Try to get it to Bowie outside the lane. 3 seconds to Jansen. Her jumper short at the buzzer, but it's caught by Heinbaugh, so there's no shot clock violation. Ottumwa back the other way. Fuller up top to Yeager. Yeager driving around Borsch down the lane and fouled before the shot by Anderson Borsch, who picked up her 2nd foul. Team foul number 4 on the Bobcats. Camden Krause and Hunter Caldwell back in for Ottumwa, replacing Riley Heinbaugh and Emma Hunger. 6:59 left. Inbound to Krause, left corner. Up top to Morgan. Over to Caldwell, underneath to Krause. Double teamed in there, goes down to a knee, pitches it out to Yeager. Wide open for a 3, count it! Riley Yeager double clutch, but she still knocked down the 3-pointer. Brought to you by Marvin Boyer with Shelter Insurance in Ottumwa. Dogs up 48-16. Ottumwa's again 3 points away, and now the ball through several hands. Saved by Capallo. Out to Moore on the wing. Bulldogs 3 points away from a running clock. And now Moore loses a dribble. Morgan down to get it. We get another held ball, and the arrow gives it back to Ottumwa. 6:26 to go. Well, if the Bulldogs go down and hit a 3-pointer here, we'll speed up the rest of the 4th quarter. Again, the running clock rule, continuous clock rule is if you cross a 35-point margin, continuous clock rule goes into effect and stays in effect unless the team trailing gets the deficit under 25. Kraus to the left, pulls up for a three. Back iron, no. Rebound knocked into the hands of Caldwell, forces it back up, draws the foul. And Hunter, through traffic, will earn another trip to the free throw line. That foul on Ellie Hughes, her third, team foul number 5 on Marshalltown. Caldwell at the line, 2 for 4 on the night. First free throw up and gets it to roll home. Hunter's got 13 points. Sarah Huffman back in for Marshalltown, replacing Kinsley Bowie. One more free throw here for Caldwell, 49-16, and knocks them both down, make it 50-16. Bulldogs up 34, 6:10 to go, a stop and a bucket, and you get to that magic 35-point mark. Ball thrown away in the lane, intercepted by Nellie Morgan. Gets it to Yeager, long pass up ahead to Kraus, drives left side, put it up off the glass and good. Camden Kraus into double digits with 10, 52-16. Ottumwa's up 36, and now we're into continuous clock rules. On the right side is Huffman, trying to spin away from Kraus. Camden not buying it. Now down to the baseline, cut off, throws it across to Jansen. Was open for a moment, didn't realize it right away. Then when she got the shot up over Fuller, she missed it. Kraus the rebound back the other way. Had it knocked out of her hands. Morgan rescues it in the lane. Oh, and a tie-up. Oh, they call a tie-up. Boy, it looked like Nellie got shoved to the ground there. But a tie-up is the call, and Marshalltown gets it back on the alternate possession. 5:15 to go. Ottumwa leading 52-16. Ball goes left side for Kapaya. Dribbles left to right, picked up her dribble. Throws it down to the baseline, knocked away by Kraus, stolen by Yeager. Riley into the front court, left side to Kraus. Down to the baseline, kick it back out to Yeager. Fakes a three, gets it to Caldwell. Caldwell, a shot fake and a drive. Throw it right corner, nice catch by Kraus. To the wing, Maya Fuller wide open for a three. Off the rim, no. Rebound underneath, Morgan's got it, but then was stripped, and Huffman has it for Marshalltown. Sarah Huffman, long pass to the left block for Moore. Kick it back to Huffman as Ottumwa reacted quickly. Now left side for Jansen. She drives to the lane, cut off, had it knocked away, threw it through the hands of Huffman. Players diving on the floor. Huffman's got it, and Marshalltown got a timeout to save the possession. They need to stop the clock. It is a timeout. 4:22 to go, 52-16 Dogs. Back in 30 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
And normally on the live video feed on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page, we have encountered some technical difficulties with our live stream, and that's affected what we had on the radio as well. We've got 4:05 left in our girls game here. Ottumwa leading Marshalltown 52-16. And I'm not sure why we've had a stoppage. While we were working on our technical difficulties, there's apparently something going on with the clock, perhaps. They're talking to the scorer's table right now. Both head coaches are over there with one of the officials. We had just entered a minute ago the continuous clock rules. Ottumwa now leading by 36. Marshalltown had called a timeout, trying to rescue a loose ball to save the possession. And the timeout was called with 4:22 to go. Now there's 4:05 on the clock. And again, we were trying to fix our streaming issue there, and we're still working on that. If we get that restored, we will let you know. I should report, though, in the interest of full disclosure, that we also have had video streaming issues tonight with our Davis County broadcast. And perhaps we have a network issue. Although if you're watching on the live video stream, it looks like that may be restored for now, as after the delay we get another tie-up on the inbounds play, and this time Ottumwa will get it back. Clock is still moving, continuous clock rule. Ottumwa leading Marshalltown 52-16. And the Bulldogs back the other way. Camden Krause across the timeline, and the next dead ball, Ottumwa will get its regulars out. They've got a line change ready to come in. Fuller up top to Krause. Boy, got tapped on the head by Jansen. Kicks it right wing. Yeager for three. Back iron, no. Morgan tips the rebound. It's out of bounds, and it's last touched by Marshalltown. And here come the subs for both teams. Olivia Corum, Olivia Clark, Veda Monahan, Emma Hunger, Cameron Pauls all in for Ottumwa. Marshalltown brings back Aubrey Tejada and Ellie Hughes. Corum inbounding, right corner for Hunger, to the wing Pauls. Back in the corner to Corum, down low to Hunger. Tried to pivot, cut off, kick it back in the corner to Clark. 3 minutes to go. Clark, back down low for Hunger, tough catch, got it back to Clark in the corner. Trying to get away from Capillo, 18 on the shot clock, now to the elbow for Hunger, out on the wing to Clark. Dribbles into the lane, puts up a tough shot, and draws a foul. Olivia Clark will shoot two. They need to stop the clock here. We got free throws coming, and they do stop it with 2:40 to go. Foul is on Amaya Moore, her first. Team foul number 6. Olivia Clark at the line, 2 for 2 on the season. Trying to score on her senior night, and the first one short off the rim. Olivia Corum and Olivia Clark, the only two Ottumwa senior players this year. Corum's got 5 points tonight. Clark trying to get on the board. Puts up the second free throw, a little too strong, and the rebound pulled in by Moore. Now Tejada into the front court, over to the right side. Hesitation dribble. Down to the baseline, cut off, kick it on the wing to Hughes. Hughes down to the baseline, cut off by Hunger. Back outside to Moore on the wing. Up top for Huffman. Huffman driving right, gets around Pauls, takes it down off the glass, and good from the right side. Sarah Huffman has 4. Marshalltown gets its first points of the fourth quarter, 52-18. Corum, left side for Pauls, into the corner Clark. Clark back up top to Monahan. Monahan fires, and it's wide of Cameron Pauls on the baseline right side and out of bounds. Kinsley Bowie back in for Marshalltown, replacing Huffman. Again, running clock, only a minute 45 to go. Ottumwa leading 52-18. Bowie across the timeline. Pressured by Clark. Goes right side for Capillo, who had the first 11 points for Marshalltown tonight. Gets it to Moore. Moore down the right side of the lane, bobbles it, and Monahan's got the steal. Corum across the timeline right side to Pauls. Down low for Hunger. Turnaround fadeaway, no good. Rebound to Tejada. Minute 10 to go. Bowie into the front court right side. Drives all the way down to the block. and kind of slid underneath. No travel call, missed the shot. Corum's got the rebound. Knocked away from her, out of bounds in the corner. It'll stay with Ottumwa, under a minute to go. Riley Heinbaugh will come in for Ottumwa and replace Olivia Clark, who will get an ovation on her senior night. And now Briley Yeager will check in for Olivia Corum, so she can get an ovation on her senior night. Millie Heitman is in for Marshalltown, and by the time Ottumwa inbounds after those substitutions, we're under 35 seconds to go. And the shot clock is off. Ottumwa may just dribble this out, as Yeager will just stand up and hold the ball near midcourt on the far side. Marshalltown, well, if they pressure here, someone's got to come help Yeager because she picked up her dribble, but Marshalltown will just let this play out, and the final will be Ottumwa 52 and Marshalltown 18, and Ottumwa does hold the Bobcats under 20 points. 52-18 the final. Ottumwa 9-6, Marshalltown 3-15. We'll take 3 minutes, come back and get you the totals on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
All roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
The secret is out. You're invited to see the all-new scoring system at Champion Bowl.
The first bowling alley in Iowa to have the new Bowler Entertainment System.
Animated and themed scoring grids and backgrounds.
It keeps score for a variety of game types.
There's classic bowling, of course, as well as Build the Monster, Bowling Hood, Battle of the Lanes, and more.
You can also video chat with any of the staff right from your bowling station.
Come experience the brand new Champion Bowl in Ottumwa,
where bowling is now awesome.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High Basketball, 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ. Live video on the Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page. Looks like we do have the live video stream restored. And your Ottumwa Bulldogs back to their winning ways. The Bulldog girls knocking off Marshalltown tonight, 52-18. Scoring, Ottumwa led by Hunter Caldwell, who had 14 points. Camden Krause adds 10. 9 for Riley Heinbaugh, 8 for Nellie Morgan, 6 for Briley Yeager, and 5 points for Olivia Corum. For Marshalltown, they were led by Sydney Kapayu, who had 11 points. 4 points for Sarah Huffman, 2 for Amaya Moore, and 1 point for Kinsley Bowie. Free throws in the game, Ottumwa was 7-13. Marshalltown hit 6 of their 7 free throw tries. So the Bulldogs improved to 9-6. Overall, they are now 2-1 in crossover games against the North Division of the Iowa Alliance Conference. Marshalltown drops to 3-15. They are now 2-4 in their crossover games. So Ottumwa, 1 win away from a double-digit win campaign and several chances to get that done. They've got Centerville at home Thursday, Roosevelt at home Friday, Mount Pleasant at home Monday, who they've already beaten this year. Lincoln at home next Tuesday, at East on February 10th. That ends the regular season, and we will get the postseason announcement, the regional pairings for Ottumwa High on Wednesday, February 8th. That according to the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Coach Vandenberg hopefully will come up and chat with us about tonight's win. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. If he's up here by then, we'll talk to him. If not, we'll start talking about the boys matchup. Bulldogs and Marshalltown. Our broadcast continues after this 3-minute break on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
All roads lead to the new home of the realtors you've come to trust in our community, Bridge City Realty. Whether you're buying or selling property, contact our qualified staff of experienced professional salespeople at our offices, now located next door to Walgreens. We're right in the heart of Ottumwa at 301 West 4th, so stop by or call our new office line at 684-1234. Bridge City Realty, Southeast Iowa's #1 real estate agency.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
Hey, it's Sam here, your Lisco sales rep. Summertime weather is just around the corner, so you know the drill. Construction is in full swing, and we have limited time to get your order on the list for this year. As you're prioritizing your goals for 2022, let's make you the priority. We can chat details about what would make your home or business data connection the most successful. To add or update your services, call me, Samantha Knoll, for your Lisco sales and account management. 641-209-5400, 209-5400, or visit us at lisco.com.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Hi, this is Vince Tyson, General Manager with Citizens Mutual in Bloomfield, the area's premier broadband provider. Buffalo County, we have heard your screams of frustration. You need reliable internet, and we are proud to expand high-speed fiber internet into Wapello County. Express your interest today by going to findmyfiber.mycmtech.com. Again, that's findmyfiber.mycmtech.com. We look forward to hearing from you and bringing you the very best internet service at Citizens Mutual, coming soon to Wapello County.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Ottumwa High basketball, 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ. Your Bulldog girls knock off Marshalltown tonight 52-18, as you heard live on the air or watched on the live video stream. Jason Van Arkel joined now by Bulldog girls head coach Joe Vandenberg. Coach, we'll maybe start with something that wasn't as great as you would have liked tonight. Your team won comfortably, but a little sloppy there with turnovers, especially in the first half. Obviously easier to stomach when you get a win, but some stuff I know that you can talk about working on in practice as well.
Yeah, we weren't very good with the ball in the first quarter. I think we had 8 turnovers in the first alone. Then I think we took care of it pretty well after that. I guess you can attribute part of that to a different rotation. Not that we didn't play girls that normally don't play, but just playing with different rotations can make that tough. They pressured us a little bit, which I thought we broke pretty easily. Coach Gomack keeps our stats for us on the sideline, and we were 4 for 4 to start the game with 6 turnovers. I mean, we got to be better than that, especially for shooting the ball like we were.
Senior night, not the final game at home for your kids, for your seniors, of course, but Olivia Corum and Olivia Clark. Obviously, Corum has been through a lot in her career. Glad to see her able to play again this year. And Olivia Clark hasn't played a lot, but she's always been a hustle kid. Talk about your 2 seniors. Yeah, they're 2 kids that show up every day and work hard. Olivia Corum's been with us for 4 years and a varsity player, just at least practicing with us for all 4 years. And, we've had Allie Clark the last 2 years, and, they both come into practice with great attitudes and they work hard. I'm happy we can get them a win on senior night. You're looking ahead to Centerville now, a Thursday night matchup, a team you don't often play. I know they've got some size. You've been undersized against teams a lot this year, and you'll face it again. What's the challenge when you take on Centerville on Thursday? Yeah, they got a really good player in Rachel George. We got to keep her contained, and then with their size, we got to make sure we rebound and limit their offensive rebounds. Their other players don't get a ton of baskets off the dribble or on the catch, but they do a good job cleaning up inside, and so we got to make sure we don't give them those opportunities. Bulldog head coach Joe Vandenberg, his team beats Marshalltown tonight 52-18. Coach, congratulations. Last year, 6 wins. You just hit win number 9, and Thursday you'll have your first crack at getting back to double-digit wins, and hopefully we'll pick that up on Thursday and keep moving forward. Thanks, Jason. Go Dogs. All right, we'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back and start getting you ready for the boys' game on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.